Hello and welcome to another episode of I Was Thinking. It's Simone here. I'm just coming in real quick before the actual episode. This was recorded a while ago. And of course, when you do, current news at the time, when you wait a little bit, a lot more things happen. So you might hear me pop in a couple times in this episode with either updates or things I didn't say that I just rethought about but I just want to come in real quick because like I said at the time, me and Nafis kind of talk about current events going on, and some of the stuff, even though we don't really go into detail, we just briefly bring it up, can be a little triggering. So I'm just going to come in at the way beginning, just put trigger warning of things we talk about. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the whole state of the world right now is just a huge trigger warning. But yes, I talk about my piercing a little bit, and I don't know if people will get squeamish about hearing that. Of course, we briefly talk about the Roe versus Wade overturning and things like that. So yeah, just coming in real quick, just to give a trigger warning, and that I will be probably popping in 2 or 3 more times just to give some updated opinions. So enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone, lovely people all around the world. I am Simone.
And I'm Nafis.
And welcome back to I Was Thinking. Yeah, we're still alive, guys.
So sad.
What?
And welcome
I felt
back
sad?
to I Was Thinking. Not sad, but melancholic.
I'm tired, okay?
That makes sense.
Rough. It's rough out here. We just talked about this before we started recording.
I know.
But we just wanted to come on here and say hi. We're still around. We're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
All that good stuff. Actually, funny enough, we actually had plans to do a real episode and talk about a TV show. I don't know if I should say it now or just wait till it drops.
It's a Netflix show.
Yeah, it's a Netflix show, but we're both very busy. So
Yeah.
I had to text her last minute and be like, hey, I'm not done with my notes yet. So why don't we just do a catch-up episode to let our listeners know how we've been since the last episode. Because these come out when they can at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to keep the bi-monthly schedule, but,
It was supposed to be bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly?
Yes.
That's what I meant. Bi-weekly,
I was
not bi-monthly.
bi-monthly.
Wait.
It's
Bi-weekly schedule. That's what I meant.
Well, now it's starting to turn out to be tri-weekly. Is that a word?
It is now. I mean, why not?
Okay. Listen, I say a lot of things where I'm like, is that an actual word or is this something I just made up?
That's how vocabulary comes to be, is someone makes up a word and then everyone just rolls with it.
That's true. And then it becomes actual dictionary. That's how a lot of slang words actually become real words.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say it enough and enough people hear it, maybe I can create a word that'll be part of the dictionary and I can be legendary.
And add that to your resume.
Right. Better get paid the big bucks for that. But anyway, how are you, Nafis? Because I haven't talked to you since our fiasco of the last episode we tried to record. If you guys listened to our celebrating BTS episode, and we basically lost Nafis because of internet issues. So it was just me and Macy.
I'm good. I've been doing good. We went on vacation recently up to Blue Ridge. Um, and this is the thing that I like and dislike about vacations is that they're so good that you don't want to come back and like refocus on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good, relaxing. Made me realize I need to take vacations more often because of like the amount of stress that we just end up having throughout the whole time. It's good to
Right.
de-stress every now and then.
It is, but sometimes work culture makes it so hard to like take vacations because it also makes you feel bad for wanting a vacation.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've recently started taking mental health days during the school year. And honestly, that has been so much more helpful than I thought it would be. But slowly but surely.
Right. I have a lot of PO time, or not PO, PL. God, I can't talk right now. I have a lot of PL time that I really just be like, on days I don't feel like going, I'm like, I should probably just take this. Just take a day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's also called PTO, paid time off, but I guess your company calls it paid leave, right?
It might be both. I don't know if I'm just
Oh.
interchanging them when they're not supposed to be or what.
I think they're the same thing, just different acronyms.
Just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this, but it is just me and Nafis. Macy is currently in the middle of moving again. So all her stuff's packed up, but she will be back. And hopefully we can find time for all three of us to record just something like the three original hosts. It's been hard. I don't know the last episode we all three recorded. I feel like I already said that though. I think it was Turning Red, right?
I think so, yeah.
That was a while ago. That was back in like April or March.
March or April. One of those.
I don't feel like looking, but yeah.
But yeah,
I'm glad
what have you been up to? What?
No, I said I'm glad you enjoyed your vacation.
Yeah. Now I don't feel like doing anything work related because it's just so hard getting back on track.
Right, I hear that. I haven't been up to much. Literally just like working and working. I need to be like you and just like, even if I don't go anywhere, I always feel like I talked about this with my friends like Macy and Precious, how we need to start just doing more like staycations.
Yeah.
Or of just like going places around like near where we live and just like get out of our little town. So, but yeah, just work. Yesterday was really the first day I just went out and hung out. So I hung out with Precious. We just went to her pool. I haven't went swimming in so long. And to tell you that, my bathing suit that I bought was back in like 2017 or 18. And I just cut the tags off yesterday. That just tells you how long it's been since I swam.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did that. I was actually outside for a while. I'm like, oh, wow, I see why people like just being outside and like tanning. Even though you don't hear a lot of Black people like tanning. And I was in the shade mostly, but it was just nice to be out in the sun, you know? I felt that vitamin D.
Yeah.
That they always talk about.
I mean, it's a real thing, Simone.
I mean, I know it's a real thing, but I'm just saying because, like, I'm always inside.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was different. Then we had lunch. And then I actually did what I said I was going to do last year. I was debating. I was like either septum piercing or the tattoo. And I got the tattoo, but I need to get it covered up. So I actually got my septum pierced yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, so I have a funny story about that. Okay, guys, so this is where I start talking about my fiasco with my piercing. So if you don't want to hear it, just skip ahead like maybe 3 minutes and you should be fine. You know, get there, doing all the paperwork, all that, talk to the piercer. And then I go in the back. I went first. Because I'm assuming mine was going to take the longest. And basically when she did it, the jewelry that she was trying to use to get in my nose kind of got stuck. So it wasn't going through the second hole. So that was fun of like first feeling the needle go through my nose, leaving it there for a while. And then like we kind of played like a little tug of war of the jewelry, trying to get it through my nose. Then she had to put the needle back to make sure it didn't close. And the way like I was sitting in the chair and she had my head tilted back, I was kind of getting dizzy because, you know, I could feel the pain. I could see all the lights. And I'm like, I had to tell her, I'm like, okay, can we take a break? And she's like, yeah, you're sweating really badly. Let me go get you some water. So I guess I started like not freaking out, but my body was kind of like, okay, girl, stop before you pass out.
Yeah.
And then she got me, like, I guess it was called like a sugar pill to like balance out my sugars and potassium because I, like I just said, I was sweating and like I could have passed out. So she got another Jewel. And at that point, she's like, you know what? I caused you so much pain. She felt so bad. I felt so bad for her. I'm like, girl, it's okay. I mean, this never happened before, but like, I get it. She's like, I'm not even going to charge you. So I got a free piercing because I almost passed out.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that it was free, but at the same time, all that pain.
Right. Because, like, it didn't... When she first did it, it didn't hurt that bad. Because it's, like, that pain and then, like, it kind of subdued. The only reason it hurt so much is because, like, she kept messing with it because the Jewel wouldn't go in. So that's really where the pain was coming from. Kind of yanking on my nose, trying to get the jewelry to get inside, and it wasn't going in.
So did they use the same jewelry or like another one?
No, I have a different one. So the first one she was going to use was silver, but the one I have in my nose now is black. So it's kind of hard to see. So I have to really show people. But I mean, like when it fully heals, like, I can change it out and get ones that people can see.
Right. And how long will it take, did she say, for you to heal?
Between 6 and 8 weeks.
Okay. So typical timing.
Yeah. And just make sure I clean it out, use contact solution. So, I mean, it's better now. It's still, this is still fresh. I got it yesterday. I don't know if I should do trigger warning because I don't know how sensitive people are. It's still like bleeding a little bit, but not that badly. So, and it doesn't hurt. Like, it doesn't hurt anymore.
That's good news.
The only reason it was...
Is it inflamed or anything or no?
No, not for now. It's only the second day, so...
That's good.
Yeah. The only reason she gave it to me for free, I think, like I said, is because the first Jewel just wasn't going in and she didn't know if she did something wrong when she was like piercing it through. So
yeah. Was she new?
No, she was new to me. Like I went to that place before when I was younger, but none of the workers I think are there anymore when I first got my nose pierced. But Precious went to her before to get her nose pierced and she said she was good. That's why we went. And then Precious told me, like, when I was in the back, she came out. She's like, I feel so bad. Your friend is sweating, like, so much.
Aw.
And the guy, I guess there was a guy there waiting to get, like, a tattoo. And when he saw me, because, like, I had to come out and, like, lay down a little bit. And he looked at me. He's like, don't take offense to this, but, like, you have bigger balls than I do. To get that. He's like, I could never.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
Well, that's good. I'm glad everything turned out well and like you didn't end up passing out or anything.
No, I don't think I ever did. But like, I know my body when it's like, okay, you need to like sit or lay down now. So I start sweating a lot. I get hot and then like I get headaches. So
yeah,
when I started getting really hot, I'm like, okay, pause everything. Stop everything.
Yeah. Well, all is well that ends well, so that's
exactly.
Good. That's really
so
good.
A happy ending. I know I'm laughing and people are probably like, girl, that's so traumatic. I'm like, it's not that bad.
At the moment, I got the maybe, piercing. But
at the moment it was, but I'm fine now, so we can laugh about it. As soon as she gave me that pill, like I was fine. So free piercing.
Yay.
But that's the most exciting thing that's happened to me.
I mean, that is pretty exciting. You got a new piercing.
Exactly.
Did you want piercings anywhere else, like on your ears or your eyebrow or lip?
I used to want a lip piercing when I was younger. Not anymore. I feel like my lips are just too big for that. I have, of course, the first lobe. And then, so I have 3 on each of my ear. I would get my cartilage in my ear pierced. Like, I had it twice when I was younger. And I just kept taking it out because of my hair is too long. So it was getting caught on my hair. I don't know if like maybe later on I'll get like the other side of my nose pierced so it can be like 2 and then the septum. I've seen a lot of people like that and I think it's pretty cute. So if I do, that'd be it. And then no more. I want more tattoos though, but I need to get the one I got on my shoulder for my birthday covered up first before I get more.
Gotcha.
I think I just want to cover it up with rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is. But that's pretty much what's personal, guys. Other than that, like I said, I've just been working and trying to survive this hellish economy.
Hellish economy, hellish current events.
It's just so interesting to literally watch the decline of
of America.
America.
Right.
Gotta watch what I say because I ain't trying to get the FBI on my ass, but
Oh, me neither.
a lot's just been
But I mean, I
happening
feel like we
to
can
me.
rightfully talk about recent events, though, just because we are directly affected.
Yeah. As women and women of color and black women have already have a history, even currently, of like having a mortality rate of childbirth of like 3 to 4 times as white women as far as having complications and dying. So it's like,
Yeah, so those of you that are not aware, so I'm not sure when this will come out, but recently abortion has been made illegal in America. And not just optional abortion, like all types. Even life-saving abortions have become illegal. So that's what we've been livid about the past few days. Or weeks, I guess you could say.
it's just so. And then one of the judges, the black guy in the Supreme Court, is talking about, oh, look out for like same-sex marriage. And I'm like, why do y'all care so much? It's just my question.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that stuff affects our economy in a negative light. Because I've been seeing a lot of things where it's like we're supposed to be a country that separates church and state. And it seems like we're starting to bring those two together, which is really, as you can see, not a good thing.
Yeah.
But like, just especially with the abortion thing, like we're talking about for like medical reasons, like no one ever takes into consideration of like the women who have complications even later in their pregnancies, where like if they do go through with the birth, it can be like a stillborn, or like if the child comes out healthy, that can be like a health problem to the mother to where they might not survive. And even just not thinking about those, if you just don't want a baby, that should be okay too. Because it's not like this country does anything for the babies that are already here. I saw a news article, like, when all that stuff, when it first got overturned, of how a 10-year-old in Ohio couldn't get an abortion. I read that too. 10-year-old.
Yeah.
A child having a child. This is what I'm talking about, is like we don't already protect or take care of the children that are here now.
Yeah.
Won't even get into like the foster care, the children that are going hungry. It's like, what's the difference between cells and a literal breathing child that's already here?
No,
Y'all
I
saying
agree.
like pro-life, protect the children. That's like an Einstein that could be born next. I'm like, okay, what about the Einstein that's in foster care now, who's being abused?
Yeah. And it's very tricky with foster care too, because not a lot, I'm not going to say all of them, but like some of them are not in it for the right reasons. So
No, they're not. You hear so many stories of like how they're just in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I wanted to come in real quick after we talked about this one. So again, another trigger, like this one's a major trigger warning about the 10-year-old. So if you don't keep up with news, or if you don't live in the country, like literally around this time that was overruled, that article came out because the court in Ohio, since it's up to the states now of how they want to deal with abortion laws and like rulings, a 10-year-old was raped by her father, and they were denying her getting an abortion, basically trying to make the 10-year-old go through the pregnancy term. I think later on, if I remember correctly, keeping up with the story, they did end up taking her to another state to where she could. But it's just the fact, like, do you guys hear the age I'm saying? 10 years old. Like, if you're around children, think about, like, just imagine any 10-year-old you've been around and then being pregnant and expecting to not only have the baby, but raise it. Like 10 years old. This is an elementary, this is literally a child. This is why I say a child raising a child. And I remember there was a really disgusting tweet. I don't remember what he said, but like, just, God, people are so fucked up right now. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's what we basically mean. And another thing, because me and Nafis like briefly talk about like foster care, which is a whole different thing. Like I can't even get into. I also forgot to mention when it comes to like, you know, they want us to have these babies, but they don't give families enough like resources, money to raise children. Like, I haven't heard anything about the baby formula shortage in a while. Has that been resolved yet? I don't have children and I'm not around kids that much, so I don't know. But I remember that was a crisis happening like a couple months ago. You know, we still don't get, and this is what me and Nafis talk about a little bit later, paid enough to even survive. Like, I'm struggling as an adult. Can you imagine having 2 to 3 kids, working a job where you can barely not only survive for yourself, but to raise a family? This is what I mean. It's hard for me to like clearly, with clear thoughts, talk about this, but I just wanted to come in to let people know what I meant about the 10-year-old and to bring up the fact about like, not only do we not take care of these children, like the kids that go hungry over the summer. I mean, maybe if you paid the parents well enough, they'd have enough money to feed the kids. Or kids, like I said, in abusive situation, foster. There's just so much that people don't think about or really care about. But like I said, you care about abortions when I feel like, need to start caring about the kids that are here.
But yeah.
It's insane. It's not even just abortion. Like, again, we're still going through COVID and the way this country's handling it. Now monkeypox.
Yeah.
What's going to be next?
When I first read about monkeypox, I was like, really? Another one? We didn't even finish with COVID. Like, too much happening at the same time.
And like cases are going up again. It's not, I mean, I won't say if it's as deadly or not, but like, you know, I work in the healthcare center. Like, I remember last week, I counted how many calls we got of people saying they tested positive and they were trying to get something to like, subdue the symptoms. And I'm pretty sure it was at least like 20.
One day?
In like 2 hours. I stopped counting after that.
Wow. That's crazy.
And we live in Florida, guys, so you already know how it's been here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I was telling you earlier, I'm going to continue wearing my mask, doing my due diligence until someone from WHO like tells us that like we're out of the danger zone, really. I mean, even after that, I probably still will wear my mask just because.
I mean, if I can still wear a mask where they don't like criminally charge me, because I feel like that's going to be like, I just feel like that's going to be something in the future.
What do you mean charge you?
No, because I feel like now they're kind of be like, they're going to try to like stop people from wearing masks and be like, COVID's over, you know. Not criminally charged, but I just see in the future, if this keeps prevailing and they're getting tired of like the mask and all that, try to force people to stop wearing them altogether, you know? Do you see that happening in the future? Because they want more workers and like trying to build this economy back up that's like
I can
failing,
see that. I mean,
all that
they're already doing this where they're making masks optional. I don't think they'll like penalize you for trying to be safe. I don't know. Honestly,
the way this country goes, like, who knows at this
really
point?
Say.
So,
but yeah, I've never thought of that, of them like trying to penalize you for wearing a mask. As far as I know, many places are optional, mask optional, even like work-wise.
Yeah, I barely really see anyone wear them anymore, and like you can tell the people like if you still wear a mask, they look at you funny.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes I do feel awkward because, like, I'll look around and, like, me and, like, one other person will be the only ones wearing masks. But, like, you know what? It's okay. Right. Because at the end of the day, if I do end up getting COVID, like, I'm the one who has to suffer through it. I'm the one who has to pay for it. Like, why are you bothered? You know?
Exactly. Not like you feel bad if you gave it to me.
Right, exactly. Very similar to how, like, when you're driving speed limit and then there's people behind you who are trying to just zoom past you. It's like, excuse me, you're not going to pay for my ticket if I get one. So calm down.
Or if they bump into you.
Right.
And try to blame you like you were going too slow. I'm like, I didn't ask you to go 100 miles in a 70-mile speed area. That's your own fault.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun times. We'll see where this all goes. I'm still waiting for that recession to hit. I know they're trying really hard not to, but I feel it coming.
I mean, first the inflation. Who knows? Who knows?
Seriously.
I mean, a lot of these companies too are just like not doing well either. Like either they have a surplus or like something else is going on with them.
Yeah, every place is understaffed, and the staff that are there are overworked because we're all understaffed. Which still doesn't make sense to me because even before COVID, I feel like a lot of places were like, quote unquote, always looking for people, say they're understaffed, but like they don't want to pay the money to hire more people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always been a thing, and COVID just brought that more into light.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with people like, have either passed because of COVID, can't work because they have long COVID symptoms. So like they are physically impaired.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to work.
I think with COVID, though, people actually genuinely don't want to go back to work.
I mean, I don't blame them. But then you have people like, because they can't afford like the rent or like bills or groceries, it's also going up, and they have like 2 to 3 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually looking into jobs the other day too. Just something that I could do like on the part-time, like on the weekends. And
see, like, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be getting paid enough to where you don't need 2 jobs.
I know.
That's what also makes me upset. This turned into another rant episode. I didn't think this was going to be a rant episode, but I thought it was just going to be like, hey guys, we're, here, so-and-so, bring up some topics, but...
Hey, it is what it is.
Oh my
God. It is what it is. But yeah, like I was looking at jobs and everything the other day, and most of them, I've noticed this actually, most of them are daytime jobs. There's like very, very few evening jobs left anymore. Even though they pay pretty decently, it's not enough.
Like, what type of evening job are you looking for? Are you looking for overnight or like maybe 3 to like
yeah, to like midnight or 11 or something. Like, I don't know what kind of shift they call it, but it's not the night shift. But
no, that is an evening job.
Okay.
I mean, I used to do that at the hotel, and then I did day, and then I did overnight. I can't do overnight anymore. I think overnight shift almost killed me, literally. Yeah. So I was just getting so physically ill from not getting enough sleep, and then sleeping during the day, and then have to be up at night. So, like, Precious does that now, the job we work now, because it's like a 24-hour call center, so she works the nights. And I mean, I'm sure it's a lot calmer and quieter because no one's barely calling, but I'm like, I'm not risking my health again to work overnight. I'll just have to suck it up and deal with the people.
Mm-hmm. I think I did an overnight shift once when I was working at a physician's office. I couldn't make it past like 2:30. I'm like, oh my God, my brain is fried.
Right? You start to get like tired. Like I do start crashing around like 2:30, 3 o'clock. So
yeah, like at that point, it's like, how do people function? It's so crazy.
A lot of unhealthy ways.
Yeah. And it's not even like I could just go and grab a coffee because it's like in an actual hospital.
They didn't have like cafeterias or like vending machines?
No, they did. But the thing is, cafeterias, they closed around like 8-ish.
I didn't know they closed.
Yeah, they did. The one at the hospital I worked at did. But they had vending machines and stuff, but like it's the matter of you being able to actually go and get it,
Oh, you didn't have enough time to like just go and pick something up?
Yeah. Like I would have to wait for break to do like all that.
Right.
And sometimes I won't last till break, so...
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's when I realized like laborious work is not for me.
You asked me this question earlier because I always talk about is just how I hate my jobs, it seems like. And you're like, would you ask me what's my dream job?
Yeah, your ideal
job. I feel like I'm at the point of my life where like I just don't have an ideal job. I just want a job at this point where like I know what I'm doing, I get paid decently to survive, and I'm not stressed 24/7.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
It is, Simone. You didn't know?
Apparently it is.
You did not know that?
In this capitalistic society, if I'm not working myself to death, then that's way too much to ask for.
No, if you're not working yourself to death, you're not working hard enough. That last 30 seconds was all sarcasm, guys. In case you did not recognize it.
This is a very dark episode. This is the darkest I feel like we've been.
Well, I feel like we have the right to be a little dark just because all these things do directly affect us. So we do have an opinion,
That's true. Like we try to I feel like I say this too. We try to like keep this podcast light and fun sometimes because there is a lot of stuff going on in the world, but like sometimes you just need to let that out.
Yeah.
So this seems like the episode to let it out. I feel like we've kind of gotten to, like a lot of people have been saying nowadays, a new chapter. This is a new chapter with the podcast, and the new chapter seems more unfiltered than the first time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We've gotten a little too uncomfortable. We've gotten a little too comfortable now. That's not a bad thing, though.
I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're doing okay as far as like what to say, what not to say.
Exactly. I'm not one of those people that be always telling all my business, so.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough.
But not too much.
Yeah. And that's actually how it should be, you know? Like, there are just some things you can't really discuss.
Or, like, even share, really.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to rant about?
No. But on a lighter note, have you heard J-Hope's new album?
Girl, you're talking to a BTS stand over here. Of course I heard his new album.
What did you think of it?
It's really good. I think I'm just still in the shock because I wasn't expecting him to go this way. Like, I remember when he was announcing his pre-release More, and I didn't know what to expect. I think in my mind, I was still expecting, like, you know, a Hope World Part 2. And then I saw the first teaser pictures, and I was like, is J-Hope? Is this still J-Hope? And I was texting like Brianna and Precious Little Sister Zaria because I was so shocked, and Zaria was like, yeah, he talked about going into a darker side for a while. I'm like, where the hell have I been? And then she sent me the Weverse like articles. I'm like, oh, that's why I didn't read this.
Yeah.
I didn't read all of them. And the ones I did, I like skimmed through, and we were talking about when they talked about their break. So I can't remember if that came out before or after Festa.
I think all of
it
came out after, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it after?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she sent me that snippet, I was like, you know what? That makes a lot more sense. Because even like with Hope World, I don't think people realize like the theme is very colorful, but like when you actually take the time and read the lyrics, they're pretty dark. Like Daydream's one of my favorite songs from that mixtape, but if you actually sit down and read it, you're like, oh wow, this is actually pretty dark. I like stuff like that. So where they're like give off happy vibes, when you actually sit there and think about it, you're like, huh. So because I didn't know how to feel about More at first. More has definitely grown on me a lot more. I jam out to that like almost every day. So
I loved it. I saw More. I haven't listened to his album yet, but
when the album's really good.
When I heard More, I'm like, yes, I love this dark side of him. And for some reason,
he does a very good job.
For some reason, I kind of knew that whatever his next album was going to be would be a little bit darker than what he usually is.
Yeah.
Just because, like, when he was part of the group, right, he was always like the bright, the sunshine. Obviously, everybody has a dark side too, so I had a feeling he would kind of let that out sooner.
And I feel like I've said this before, like, they've even said that bright side's not really, like, the real him.
Yeah.
So I feel like this darker side shows more of, like, the real him, which I really like and appreciate. So.
Yeah. I always appreciate the dark side more.
Nafis, you're just dark all in general.
Yeah.
When we start talking to you, you realize, like, oh.
Yeah. Like, remember, like, when we were at the library, and I think it was Suga's song. What was the song? Like, Hope World had come out, and his other one had come out, Suga's other song.
You're not talking about Shadow from Map of the Soul, are you?
I think it was Shadow.
Okay, so you're talking about Ego then. Ego and Shadow when they're promoting.
Like, remember you showed me both of them and you asked me which one I liked more?
Oh, yes. And you're like, I like Shadow more. You know what you remind me of? You remind me of Priya from Turning Red. You are her in real life.
The living, breathing example, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, I enjoy darker concepts more. They're just more relatable, I guess, for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tweeted on our podcast Twitter because I'm really the only one that uses it. I don't have a favorite song right now. I really enjoyed. What songs were they? No, I don't remember. I really enjoyed Stop and Safety Zone and What If. So right now, I think those three might be, but it can always change. That's why, like, when me and Macy play the game, sometimes I don't like doing them on first impressions because sometimes my first impressions on songs always change. At first, I could be like, oh, I don't really like this song. 10 days later, I play it like every 5 minutes. So,
especially when it's like always played around you, it's like, okay, this song's actually not that bad.
well, I mostly play it. Like if my phone knows like the artists, the algorithm that I listen to more, they're going to play them more because I don't listen to the radio.
Me neither. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've listened to the radio in like a very long time.
And it was funny because like there's that new Jack Harlow song. I think is it called First Class? I know it samples Fergie's song, Glamorous. Like, I went to a dentist appointment, and when I turned off my phone, when I unplug it, the radio comes on. So that was playing. And then I went to my dentist appointment. And then when I got back in the car, literally 2 hours later, I turned on the car, and that song was playing. I'm like, damn, didn't this song just play?
It stopped just for you.
Yeah, apparently. I haven't even heard that full song, so I can't even tell you if I like it or not. I don't really care. No offense.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that full song. I've just heard like the samples of it. Snippets that they use on like TikTok as an audio.
But yes, everyone should go stream Jack in the Box.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. You'll have to let me know when you actually listen to it. I would like to do an album review, but I don't know if you want to. We don't have to. But just put it in the back of your mind.
If I ever get the chance to like sit down and actually listen to the whole thing, I will let you know.
Girl, it's only 22 minutes long. I don't think it'll take you. It's very short. There's 10 songs, but each song is actually not that long.
Oh, okay.
You can do it in 20 minutes.
Alrighty, I shall let you know.
And I really liked his music video for Arson. Gotta watch that too. I was also getting I felt like, even though I'm not famous, FOMO, like seeing he had a listening party and was inviting like all these Korean artists. They looked like they were having fun. I'm so happy for them. Yeah.
I'm liking that they decided to venture into solo activities. They seem much more like relaxed now.
Yeah. And all the members were there supporting him, except for Yoongi, but we found out that he was feeling sick. So that's valid. He was afraid he might have caught COVID again. Came out negative, though, thankfully.
Oh, thank God, yeah.
But this morning, as we were recording, I saw online that apparently he showed up and he performed that was Psy at one of those like huge festivals they've been having lately at Korea. So,
good.
Yeah. Like I said, they're all living their best lives, and I just love to see it as a fan. I love to see it. I'm excited to hear what the rest of their projects are going to sound like. And I can't wait to watch In the Soup with V and his actor friends.
Yes,
that's going to be fun.
Me too. Because this is the first time we'll actually see them like interacting.
I think so, right? Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I haven't watched a lot of like those behind the scene or like interview things when they were performing for like Hwarang. I mean, of course, I wasn't a fan around that time, but when I actually watched the show, I didn't go look those up. So I don't know as far as the actors, what they're like outside of the shows I watch. Speaking of shows, I started watching this one that's on Netflix called Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
I heard so many good things about that one.
I'm only on episode 3. It's pretty good. And I was a little like not panicky, but I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this because, she's supposed to be autistic. And how sometimes some shows are like that. But I think they do a fine job. And I like how she always says like she's on the spectrum because autism is like a huge spectrum. Like not every autistic person acts the same. Yeah. So some of them can be like as we categorize them as like high functioning to where they're fine. It's just little things. And some of them could be like how she is or like even more where they need like 24-hour help. So that is not bad. And also made me think of like a show that also on Netflix that I don't know if they got canceled or they just wrapped it up. I don't know if I told you about it, but Atypical, I used to watch that. And it's about a guy named Sam and he has autism. And that one goes more into like not just him and how he like functions in society, but also like his family and how it affects them. So a little more dramatized, but I think it's really good. So if anyone's looking for some Netflix shows, I would suggest Atypical.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen so many clips of Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and everyone had like always good things to say about it. And like the people who are actually on the autism spectrum said that they've done actually a decent job in representing that. So it's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think I also had a problem before I started watching too, because someone said the Korean title, they used the word that means strange, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't know why I didn't find another word to use it, but as far as the story itself, it seems good. And then there's that one actor that's on there. I know I always talk about like Park Seo-joon, but the actor that's on there, I've actually been introduced, like my first Korean drama was called like Oh My Ghostess, and he was in that. His name is Kang Ki-young. I don't know what his character is in Extraordinary Attorney. I mean, he's the like her boss basically.
Oh, he's great. I like him.
Yeah, because he's also in like What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. He plays like Park Seo-joon's like the vice president, I think, of his company, and like all bunch of other stuff. So I really like him as an actor. So when I saw them, I was like, oh my God, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah, he always does really good in his roles.
Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, as far as new things I'm listening to and watching. I know Chungha came out a while ago, so I need to listen to her full album. Card made a comeback, and they're going on tour, and I'm sad they're not coming. Why does everyone hate Florida so much?
I don't know.
They go to Atlanta, like they're so close, but they just don't want to come to Florida. Like, why?
There's more things to do here in Florida.
You would think. Even if they go to Miami, I could at least say they've been here. I don't know if I'd be able to go because that's still pretty far. People don't realize how far of like a drive the state of Florida is.
Yeah.
But like Orlando would be ideal. I think I would see more groups if they went to Orlando. And it sucks that the groups that did come here, I wasn't able to go see. Like One Us and like Epic High was here. I think someone else I really wanted to see. I only really got to see Eric Nam.
You didn't go to the TXT one when they were here?
Back in 2019? No, because they were here on my birthday, and on my birthday, me and Macy flew out to go see BTS at MetLife.
Oh, right. Yeah. Gotcha.
So it was either TXT or BTS, and especially around that time.
Definitely BTS, hands down.
Yeah. It was like a couple months after I was like really into them, so I was like, we're going.
Gotcha.
It was their first stadium tour. We're going. So, what else? Yeah, Cards Comeback's good too if you haven't listened to that. I'm trying to think of just recent stuff. That's pretty much it that I can think of on the top of my head. Okay, so just one more quick thing, because we are always talking about K-pop. I mean, it's easier to do that because all of us, enjoy it. So it's just a topic we can all talk about. But I just wanted to quickly bring up some non-K-pop releases that I have been, jamming out to that I thought everyone should know as well. But before that, I will talk about a few K-pop releases that came out. Where do I want to start? I'm not a big Twice fan, but I've actually been really enjoying Nayeon's pop. I haven't listened to the whole EP, but I really like that one. It's really cute. Yeah, I think we need to do a Twice episode. I'm going to force Macy to do a Twice episode. And then next is Hyolyn, of course. I don't know if I've talked about Hyolyn before, but I love her. She's great. She gives me a lot of stuff that I be asking for in K-pop like CL does. But that's also just a different topic we can get into much later about how I feel like they need to start debuting 25 and up idols and not 14-year-olds, especially with the songs they be singing and dances. But again, that's a topic for another day. Anyway, Hyolyn came back with No Thanks. I've been seeing a lot of videos of her with like other members of like different idol groups doing the little dance, and it's adorable. So I love that. And I like her whole EP in general. And then she also added two pre-release songs, Laying Low and Waka Boom, that I think she did on Queendom that I did not watch, that are on there. She didn't win. You know what? I won't say anything because like I said, I did not watch the show. So moving on. Next is Hyuna. I think I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but the lead title, and I think the title of her EP is called Nabilera. You know, I didn't think I was going to like that one. Sometimes Hyuna's music is like a hit or miss for me, but I really enjoyed that. It has a catchy chorus that like gets stuck in my head. And like she's bringing the Macarena back for the youngsters. You know, how old am I, Simone? Youngsters, really? I'm not 80. She is bringing the Macarena dance back to the young people who might not know what that dance is. But if you grew up in the early 2000s, that was like one of the dance everybody knew. I remember doing that in like elementary school as one of the ways for us to like get up and move around from our seats. But yeah. And that's really the only song I like off that EP. But it's still good. I would still go give it a listen. And then next, you know, I don't really talk about a lot of girl groups in general, but like Stacy Girls, It's Going Down. I really like their music. I don't know how a lot of people are feeling about their new release, Beautiful Monster, but I enjoy it. I mean, obviously, I think like a lot of people, my favorite's always going to be ASAP. I don't know if anyone's going to release another song like ASAP. But I'm enjoying Beautiful Monster. I might have to go back and re-listen to the whole, well, not re-listen because I haven't heard anything but the title track. I'm going to have to go and listen to the whole EP. I mostly listen to Stacey's title tracks, so I don't know how their B-sides are, but I actually might take the time and listen. And then also wrapping up the K-pop side, just like K-pop groups or artists that I am aware of, or just Korean artists. J-Hope released Blue Side, which was only on SoundCloud for a while, but now he released it to streaming. And he also released Hope World and Chicken Noodle Soup and Blue Side on Korean streaming services, which I didn't know, or I must have forgot it wasn't available in Korea. Yeah, so I don't know how that works. I'm very excited to see him perform on Lollapalooza. I do have Hulu. I just have to make sure I stay awake. It'll be after work, and I work 12-hour shifts. So I just have to make sure I don't fall asleep. I can do it for just 1 hour. Stay awake to watch it. So let me go ahead and get into the non-K-pop releases that I wanted to talk about that's came out recently. Have not listened to Lizzo's full album yet. I really need to take time to listen to that. Cardi B came out with the song Hot Shit featuring Kanye West and Lil Durk. I know Kanye West, a very controversial name. I don't know much about Lil Durk. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know much about today's like male rappers. A lot of my rap music, I notice if it's like past 2013 are mostly black women. So just to point that out. Non-rap related. So there's two girl groups. One, I will bring up a US girl group by the name of Citizen Queen. I've been listening to them for a while, since like 2020, I think. They came out with 2 new songs. Now, I haven't heard Waste My Time yet, but the one I've been listening to a lot is called EXO. There are 4 girls. There used to be 5 of them, but I know one of them left. I don't know why she left, but she did. So now there's only 4 of them. And yeah, EXO is a really good song. It's kind of like not really a breakup song, but like They say it in the song. It's like a bad bitch anthem. So, and I think also they are an a cappella group because I see some of their videos and I stumbled across one where they showed like a brief making of this song. So they showed like how they did the harmonies and one girl does like the beatboxing and how they laid it down. I know nothing about music arrangement or production, guys. I'm sorry if none of that terminology was correct. But yes, go listen to XO by Citizen Queen. And then the next girl group, if you've been on Twitter, you might have seen them being buzzed around for a little bit. They are from the UK and there's 3 girls. I don't know any of their names, but I know the group's name is called Flow and they just released their EP called The Lead. That EP is really good, bringing back like that old school R&B vibes like from the 90s. I've been obsessed with the lead single that they have a music video for called Immature. I play that one like almost every morning. It's so good. So yes, go listen to Flow and go listen to Immature. And speaking of Flow, a artist by the name of Flo Milli, she released her debut album, which I could have sworn her other album, Oh Why Is You Here, her debut album, but she said and it's promoting this new one called You Still Here Ho as her debut one. So I'm not really sure, but either way, they're both really good. I will be honest, like, because I listened to the whole album. For me personally, song like 5, which is called Conceited, all the way down are like the ones I actually like really like and downloaded. The first 4 I wasn't feeling, but the rest, great. Like I said, I have everything except for the first 4, but she's great. And I think that's pretty much it as far as current. I also been listening to some Rina Sawayama. I know her album comes out in September, so I am excited about that. And I think that's pretty much it. And while I'm recording this, like maybe last week, we finally got the announcement of like that Snoop Dogg collaboration with BTS that's going to be coming out. So it's Benny Blanco, which I know as a music producers make like songs. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head right now without looking for them, and I don't feel like doing that because this PSA has already been too long. And it's just the vocal line, but still, that's going to be interesting to hear. So yeah, look out for that, guys, and let's wrap up this episode.
I started Yumi Cells.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
I'm on episode 7, I think. Yeah. I like it, but I find her really annoying.
Yeah, no, I found her annoying in the comics and in the show, so that's good.
like something. I love the actress. She's such a great actress. Like, I loved her in Goblin. I loved her in Cheese in the Trap. But here, like, the character she plays is just so irritating. But overall, the story is very cute. I love the cartoon parts of it. It's very, very cute.
Yes, it's really good how they intertwine that too. I need to watch season 2 because season 2 I think is either almost done. I think they're on like episode 7 or 8 now.
Yeah,
I haven't started season 2 yet. So, and Jin Young from GOT7's more than that.
How many episodes is season 2?
Well, they're still coming out, so
okay, but like
it's not
in
done
total,
yet.
is it the same 14?
I don't know. I won't know until they're done.
Sure. Because I know she apparently has 3 boyfriends, right? In the webtoon?
Yes.
So are they going to do
3 main boyfriends?
3 main boyfriends, okay. And they're going to address all of them in the shows?
I hope so. I hope we get to see the last one, because the last one really is like, I feel like the last boyfriend like helps her with her career and stuff. I mean, I won't spoil it, but
yeah. That'd be nice to see. I mean, we already saw the first 2. Or know of the first 2. I didn't see them yet, but
I don't know how they're portraying Bobby in the show, because I didn't really like him in the webtoon. I could just tell they weren't really good for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was her longest relationship.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I really like this first one, though. He's very sweet.
I liked him too, but I understood why they didn't work out.
Yeah.
So,
Don't spoil it because I still have to finish it.
oh yeah, sorry. I hated the friend though. His friend, the girl.
Oh yeah, I didn't like her, or I still
I
don't
was
like
like,
her.
girl, he does not like you. Did you not get that hint since college? Give it a rest.
Mm-hmm.
And Ruby. Oh, Ruby.
She's interesting. She's interesting.
Because you know those are girls like that in real life.
Yes. I love how the boyfriend was like, I don't understand why she refers to herself in third person.
Why? Why is she talking in the third person? Like,
and I'm like, me neither. I don't know.
I feel like that's their version of like girls, like especially like with English, who like always try to talk like cutesy in a cutesy voice, and it's like, girl, why are you talking like that?
That's not normal. But yeah, I think this was one of the ones you wanted to talk about too, right?
It is, but we got to get through a couple first. Well, we need to talk about the one we planned for today. I can go ahead and say it since I'm sure we're going to be ending soon. We were planning to do Netflix's Kingdom, so that's just going to take more time.
One of the best Netflix originals, in my opinion.
I love it.
If not the best. So
definitely
well done.
top 10 for shows. So
well done.
Yeah, I just need time to go and rewatch it and take notes that I want to talk about, because I don't know if I'm going to really get into, since I'm not Korean, I don't think I can really get into like the historic facts. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to pick out facts I feel like we can talk about without having to know too much of the Korean history culture. Because even if I do research, I'm not going to know enough for us to like do the review. So not in a short span of time. Mm-hmm. So that's why I needed more time.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's what we have planned. Is there anything else you think we have planned, Nafis? I mean, I know me and Macy still do our game, so we can talk about music. We all do the shows. Anything else? I know you brought up trying to want to do like webtoons. Were you still interested in doing that, or you think that's going to be a little too complicated?
Oh yeah, but I haven't started one yet. So I'll let
any
you
of
know.
The ones I sent you like 5 out of the 20 I read.
No, I haven't started any of them yet.
Okay.
But when I do, I'll let you know.
Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I think we're done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say other than that. I hope you guys stay safe. Keep your eyes and ears open. Look both ways when you cross the street, you know. That sort of thing.
That's some good advice. Yeah. Don't jaywalk. Try not to jaywalk.
Mm-hmm.
I just live in a town where like jaywalking is very dangerous, so.
Yeah, it's so normal here too. People do it all the time. And I'm like, why? But okay.
Because it's not like they make, this is going to turn into a whole nother rant. I'll just say like they don't make pedestrian friendly areas.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all, we so backwards here in Florida and in America.
Well, that's a conversation for another day. Right.
It really is. Shout out to all the Florida listeners who understand the struggles we be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I'm done. Because like I said, that would have turned into a whole nother rant we ain't got time for.
Alrighty. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode. You can find us everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts if that's what you're using, and let us know what you think in the comments. Also, you can follow us on social media at I Was Thinking Pod on Instagram and Twitter. If you have any questions, comments, or a comment you think we should talk about, email us at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. Thank you, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Look out for more episodes. Bye.
Bye.